Bismillah, welcome to a new episode in which we see how to create and debug the issues that we can get while installing packages with Alpine Linux. So we start with an image for the RSS log, and we want to download a plugin for it, normalize plugin, which is not available in the version of Alpine that this image was created with. So the RSS log is based on version 3.7, and we'll see how to figure that out now. And the RSS log normalize was not available for this version, and we need to get to it. And we also face some issues with the apk-tools and stuff like that. So let's start with trying to run this Docker file. So I'll just build it, and what we see now is that we get an error, and let's debug it. So we go to the previous tab and then build a new image of it and tag it with the name Alpine test, and then run a container out of it with just an entry point with the shell into this image, and then just for validation we'll just add the RSS log normalize again and see the same error. So we need to fix this issue. First thing to do is check what is the current OS release. It's 3.7, and we can also see that we are getting the packages from 3.7 main and community branches, and we also get from the 3.7 RSS log. What we can do now is try to install from a newer version or a newer branch. So I'll just apk add from this repo the RSS log normalize, and we can see we still have also another issue with warning ignoring apk index and unsatisfied constraints. It's missing even though we know it's there. So we can see that 3.11 is there by just getting into the package filter and then putting in RSS log normalize, and then 3.11 search, and we can see it there. So it's there, but we're not still able to install it. So the thing that we think about, the issue we can think of, is the apk tool itself. It could be in need of upgrade. So how to do that? Let's first check the upstream and the installed version of apk-tools. For the apk-tools especially, we have two methods to figure the version for it, either by apk-version or apk-info and then installed or -e and -v version or even -vv for verbose version and apk-tools. Now we see that we have 2.8.1 installed. To check out which one is on the upstream and which one would be upgraded to, we'll use apk-info without any options and just give it the argument apk-tools. And now we can see it's 2.8 and 2.10.1. Those are the versions that we have. And we can also figure that out, or basically figure out which one would be upgrading to, by doing apk search and then apk-tools. And we can see here that the apk-tools we are upgrading to are 2.10.1. So let's try the upgrade. So apk add and then upgrade apk-tools. So now we upgrade the apk-tools. So let's try to use the apk add -x and use this repository again, and then install the RSS log and normalize. It's basically the same commands that we had before. If we try to run it, we are able to install the RSS log normalize. So now we're able to install the RSS log normalize using a different repository. However, we still have some issues, which is basically it's able to do that to 3.11. We can even install for 3.14. So let's give it a try. So if we try with 3.14 and then maybe add it also as upgrade, it will be able to do it. But if we do the upgrade to 3.15, we'll have an issue with untrusted signature. So the untrusted signature means that we have a key, or there is a key there that we don't have the public key for, so we can't install from this repository. So we need to upgrade the system keys. For upgrading the system keys, we'll do something that is basically would fix our first issue, but let's see what we would do. So we get into the apk repositories and then upgrade the repository number here. So instead of 3.7, we can go up to 3.14. After that, we are not trusting. So we can set to this one to 3.14. We don't need to do that for the main and community. The main is enough for us because Alpine keys are available in the main for the 3.14 branch. And we can even just append another one. But for now, I'll just do the clean way, or the clean upgrades. So I'll just upgrade the main, and also it wouldn't hurt to upgrade also the community, so I'll just save and quit. And now if we try to install from the 3.15, we're able to upgrade. Sorry, we've missed one important aspect. It's basically apk update. So now, then we can upgrade to the version on 3.15. Yeah, there's also one more thing that I forgot here, which is basically to upgrade the Alpine keys. So with Alpine keys now on version 2.4, now we should be able to trust. So again, one last time, and now it's working. So what we've done is basically move to the 3.14, move to the new repository, and from that on we can upgrade to the rsyslog normalize on newer versions, like from 3.15 even to the edge. So let's redo the same steps here. So basically I will go up here and then apk add rsyslog normalize, and what we can do is to echo the repositories. It would be cleaner, of course, to do some sed in place, but I'll just make it fast here. And echo it into the apk repositories. And then, if we try to install after upgrading, you'll notice that we would not need to upgrade the apk-tools. So let's see here, because this would fix both of them. And also, yeah, there's one missing step before running. Run apk update. And docker build. And now we have the docker build running. What we can do now also is to apk add, and then add a new repository and use this. Docker build. There's one more point that I did not mention, but we can do it for the development environment. That would be much faster and maybe easier sometimes. So we can just add the repository and allow-untrusted. And that would basically ignore the check for the untrusted certificates. And let's give it a try and see whether it would work or not. Docker build. So the problem here is basically regarding the apk-tools. So if we run apk add and then the apk-tools, now we'll be able to do it. So basically we can either upgrade the apk-tools and then install from whatever version we want in the future and allow untrusted for the 3.15, or if it's before 3.15 we can we are actually trusting it. So this would work for 3 up to 3.14 and then docker build, and this would be working for us. Or we can upgrade, like really modify the etc apk repositories, but when we modify it we need to be careful that we don't upgrade or set a very new repo, but rather a repo that we currently trust, and then update the Alpine keys and then move on forward from that. I hope this video was helpful, and see you in the next video.